So you're in California, which is, I would say, universally regarded as sort of like the leader, especially of movements that are quote unquote progressive. So what your state does has a tremendous effect on the rest of the United States because you guys sort of are that
Sorry.
leader. So you guys just had a system proposed where cash conditions were not going to be accepted, and then you reverted back to the traditional system. If you are in a jurisdiction that is considering those types of measures, could you point out the pros and cons of having a system where it seems as though the court has sort of like an overwhelming power to either decide detain or release? There's nothing in the middle. Could you speak to what some of the options would be for those states and point out some of the things that might happen when you really only have one choice, which is detain or release? You have those, it's a binary, it's 1-0, it's detain or release.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you get what has happened in a lot of these other states that have tried this. I mean, that's exactly what's going to happen in Illinois. So the federal system is that option, right? So in the federal system, they got rid of surety bail, cash bail a long time ago, several years, decades ago. And so what they did was, it was after I think it was the Bail Reform Act of 1984 or something like that. And the detention rate at that point in the federal system was like 20 something percent. So that means 20% of the people were detained without bail. Everyone else was just released for free, right? Released for free, no money. Okay, fast forward to today. You know how many people are detained in the federal system? Over 70%.
Wow.
That's what happens, right? I let you out for free, you violate, boom. Now you're in and you're not getting out. Because I trusted you. You know, shame on you for fooling me once, shame on me for fooling me twice, right? So they're now detained. So that's eventually what happens to these bail reform cities, right? So in California, Senator Hertzberg's new bill is a zero bail bill, which is basically what they did during COVID, saying everyone, we're just going to let them out. We're going to let them out for free. Now, this would permanently do zero bail. I think there'd be a very, very, very short list of crimes left that would still have bail, but it would never be enough to support an industry. So, I mean, it just, in essence, it would eliminate the commercial bail industry. But it's like, okay, well, we've seen this movie. It's like, it's going to watch Jaws and then saying, well, we can go in the water now because they got the shark. You know, it's like we know there's a shark in the water. Why would we go? But they're going to California and they want to go down this path. They want to see what happened in New York. And in 4 months, they turned it around really fast by letting everybody out. It just doesn't work. I mean, sorry to say, but there's bad people in the world. There's people in the world that don't want to follow the law. There's people in the world that break the law that may or may not want to hurt people that end up hurting people. That there's a system and laws in place to protect us. And so we need to be able to have a system that has the ability to, like I said before, be like what we are, be that fulcrum, be that balance point of the individual liberty that we all have, that I'm not going to be detained by my government. And at the same time, if I'm a victim, to know that the guy that committed that crime against me is going to have a day in court and I'm going to get a chance at justice. And I think when you let all these people out, you destroy that entire promise of our criminal justice system. You no longer are able to promise victims they're going to get that chance because that guy probably is not going to show up. In Harris County, Texas, ORing everybody led to a 60% failure to appear rate.
Wow.
Okay. And when people don't show up, not only does the victim not get his day at crime, but the amount of money it costs. Think about it. You're supposed to have a trial. The lawyers are there. The judge is there. Everyone's there. And the guy didn't show up. So they've wasted all that money. Okay. And they did a calculation in Texas. And I think the cost of that was like, I don't know, $1,700 per failure to appear. And I think over the year that they did the study, it was like $11 million had been wasted in defendants not showing up based on being released through pretrial services and OR bonds. So, there's an implication for having a system that is either or. To be perfectly honest, I don't know how many states. Like I said, I think there's 39 states that have preventative detention in their state constitutions, that I don't think the state can actually do that. They can't just say, we're going to detain you unless it's a specific charge, a violent charge. So any law that says that we're just going to let everybody out, they're going to have to probably make some changes to their constitution to be able to do that.